would think of your best friend only as nude 85% of the time. I have a lot of friends, guys and girls. This is not how the conversations usually go when I talk about them. What up with that, Chibiosa? Now that I have a camera that's good enough for this, I want to address something else too. When I started Moon Sisters, about 4 or 5 months in, I opened up a page called Disturbing Facts. And if you'd like, the link is at the bottom of the video. I will warn you, it's not for children. I want to stress that it's not for children. If you're under 18, go away. So anyway, I posted pictures up on that site only from the anime and from the manga. And you might recognize a few of those pictures in this book, albeit with, new translations. And if you have an explanation for this, I'm all ears. Why does her soul have an ass skirt? No, really, I mean that. Why does her soul have an ass skirt? Why? Now, in case you're wondering, yes, unfortunately, Chibiusa dies in this book, but don't worry, she comes back next book, and Hotaru comes back like a little while after that. So, yeah, every Sailor Senshi that dies, they come back. Don't cry. Anyway, you see the two young victims, their souls, dead in the void, and you see them naked for reasons I don't want to know. And there's a bit of a difference here. You see, we have an ass skirt on Chibiusa. Hotaru is completely naked. Ass skirt? No ass skirt. Then it gets weird, in case this isn't. So she finds her crystal again, and naked Hotaru tells her, lock it up, don't let anybody have this again. And Chibiusa at first thinks that's her mom's voice, and then she's like, no, my mom doesn't sound 12. Oopsie poopsies, I just posted Hotaru's age. And then Hotaru saves her, and there's no ass skirt. Well, actually, there's... Okay, they put an ass... No, that's her hand. There's no ass skirt. So, what happened here? What happened here? Ass skirt? No ass skirt. Ass skirt. No ass skirt. Now, if you're a sane person, you're probably asking, why are these two naked to begin with? Why is this allowed at all? Well, let me explain something here. In case you're worried, Chibiusa is 901 years old at the time of this book. So she's light years above the legal age. So at least that's something. Hotaru wasn't supposed to be born to begin with, long story, and at this point, she's a cyborg. So I guess if you're a cyborg, it's okay. You can debate that in the section if you want to. I'm a little creeped out, to be quite honest. Oh, another thing, this is going to be a very gory book. Lots of blood in this. Lots of awesome action. This is also the main book for Mistress 9 fans. Now, if you watched the anime, you probably felt cheated, because she only lasted maybe 3 episodes tops. The manga's going to make up for that. There's a lot of her in this. And I think it's actually kind of cute that she addresses the fact that she's in a body not suited for her. She complains loudly, "This body is uncomfortable. Why did you put me in this human body?" Professor Tomoe not only put this villain into his daughter's body, he put her into a frail girl's body. Hotaru has always been sickly. So that actually gets addressed, and I think it's very cute, actually, in an evil, sadistic kind of way. Like I said, Chibiusa and Hotaru both die in this book. And, well, with Chibiusa, it's kind of bad, really. I mean, she climbed into Hotaru's house thinking that she could rescue her from, these people who keep wanting to kill her. And then Mistress 9 just reaches out, rips out the crystal, which is essentially Chibiusa's heart, and then there's all this, gore here, and Diana goes nuts feeling it, and then her body just instantly goes cold and she dies. It's, really gruesome. They are not above killing the cute characters. But what's interesting is that the first person to get wildly upset and try seeking revenge is actually Haruka. Haruka is trying to remind Usagi at this point, that little girl you're trying to save? Yeah, she killed your daughter. That was your daughter. Don't you care about that? I think that's interesting. Up to this point, Haruka is very murderous, very much, Hotaru's 12, let's kill her now. Before that nasty puberty thing sets in. But here she actually shows compassion. She shows a lot of passion when she sees that Chibiusa is no more. And actually, there's even a segment where she hesitates at the thought of finally doing the little girl in. There it is right there. She actually contemplates, okay, maybe this is not such a good idea. And it shocks Neptune, because she's like, since when do you have a heart? In the next installments, when we get towards Super S, that's going to be very important. I'm not going to spoil it here in case you haven't figured it out already. But I think it's very good that Haruka has more lines in this book, and that she's more compassionate. The anime pretty much stripped her of her personality. Oh, also, if you're a fan of Queen Serenity, this is definitely your book. They actually do make references to Silver Millennium and how these three should have tied in with the fight with Queen Beryl, and just didn't quite make it. You're going to see why Sailor Saturn is very important, too. Unlike the anime, you're going to see plenty of Princess Serenity in this, too, in her see-through gown. Why is it see-through? Why is it see-through? Your daughter's on the next panel. Why is it... Never mind. You're going to see a lot of her in this book, and there's going to be more of her in the next book, but I don't think I should spoil that. It's really awesome. And you're really going to want to purchase that next book. As usual, they treat us to a couple of spoiler pages after the translation notes. So you can see what damage Mistress 9 is about to do. And again, this book solidifies that Mistress 9 and Sailor Saturn are not the same person. By the way, little spoiler for next book. Chibiusa and Hotaru are not the only people facing death. Don't worry, everybody comes back. It's going to be alright. They won't be dead for too long. But it's very nice that we're given a nice, clear view of what the next installment's going to look like. This is something that I think I'm going to put up on Moon Sisters eventually. I haven't gotten around to it yet, though, because I was looking for the right time. This may be as good a time as any to mention this. Now, this is the book where Usagi becomes Super Sailor Moon. And unlike the anime, Chibiusa is not the only person to feel the residual effects. All of them end up with a slight power-up. Now, they're not super senshi at this point. We've got to wait till next book for that. Oops, spoiler alert. But everybody gets a little boost in their power because she becomes Super Sailor Moon. I think that's interesting. It's like a hybrid between regular and Super Senshi, but there's no title for it. And I'm surprised more fanfickers don't really address this. There's plenty in here about the history of Sailor Saturn before everybody was reborn at the end of the Silver Millennium. This is very much a very important book that addresses why nobody wants this kid to be awakened. And you're really going to have to read it. I'm going to warn you, though, it's one of those books you're going to have to read more than once, because there's a lot of little things that play into later issues. The artwork changes are usually slight between the Tokyo Pop and Kodansha prints, or rather I should say the original and reprint manga, but this one I kind of wanted to bring up. The original page for this, we're missing some eyes, a couple of mouths here. This is corrected in these books, and it's the same in Japanese as well. But as you can see, some of the eyes are drawn a little bit crooked, like Mars now has the crazy eye a little bit. And Mercury looks like she's just heard something really messed up. And, well, she has, but you'll have to read the book to see. Now, there are circulating rumors that they may release the next book a little bit earlier than schedule. I'm going to keep everybody up to date on that on the 2 Facebook pages that are linked below, so please like, subscribe, and listen. Next video is going to be something quite different, but I'm not going to get into that for right now. For the collector, as always, I recommend getting the new English prints first because they are cheaper. I took a look on Amazon, and some people have actually been trying to sell their copies of these books. I can't verify how many of them are legit. If you try to find these books, it's going to set you back quite a bit. As will this. This recently just went up in price. But definitely, we have links at the bottom of the video. Please check them out. Please purchase your copy if you haven't already.